Deep within the spiral arms of the Milky Way, the spaceship Vroxigal voyaged through the star-studded expanse. The ship, a marvel of Andraxian engineering, was a blend of organic and synthetic materials, alive yet under the control of its crew. The crew, a diverse assembly of species from the Galactic Confederacy, were on a mission of exploration, pushing the boundaries of known space. The problem emerges. The journey had been smooth until a sudden unexpected anomaly disrupted the ship's primary power core. Alarms blared throughout the corridors of the Vroxigal, casting the ship into intermittent darkness. Captain Zorvac, a towering figure with iridescent scales, convened an emergency meeting. His deep voice echoed in the dimly lit room. "We have encountered a spatial distortion that our systems were not designed to handle. Our power core is failing, and if we don't find a solution soon, we're looking at a catastrophic failure." The crew, experts in their respective fields, proposed various technical solutions, from recalibrating the energy matrices to attempting to bypass the affected systems. However, every simulation ended in failure, the distortion's unique properties thwarting all conventional methods. The unlikely hero. Among the crew was Jamie, the sole human, and a recent addition. Humans were new to the Galactic Confederacy and were often underestimated due to their less advanced technology. Jamie was quiet during the discussions, observing and listening as the alien experts debated complex solutions. Finally, Jamie spoke up, her voice steady but firm. "If I may, I think I have a simpler solution. What if we don't fight the distortion but use its energy instead?" The room fell silent. Captain Zorvac, intrigued but skeptical, gestured for her to continue. Jamie's plan. Jamie outlined her plan. "The distortion seems to follow a predictable pattern. If we adjust our power core's frequency to resonate with it, we might not only stabilize the core but potentially enhance its output." The idea was unconventional, even risky, as it required them to temporarily lower the ship's shields to recalibrate the core. The crew debated the merits and risks, but with few options available, Captain Zorvac decided to trust Jamie's human intuition. Implementing the solution. The crew worked swiftly, with Jamie at the helm, adjusting the intricate settings of the power core. The other members, though doubtful, supported her, monitoring the spatial distortion's energy patterns and ensuring the ship remained stable. As Jamie initiated the final sequence, the ship trembled. For a moment it seemed as if all was lost. Then, the lights steadied, brighter than before. The power core hummed with renewed vigor, now perfectly synchronized with the distortion. The aftermath. Captain Zorvac and the crew were astounded. Not only had Jamie saved the ship, but her solution had improved the efficiency of their energy systems. It was a stark reminder of the value of diverse perspectives, especially those from less advanced civilizations. Jamie smiled modestly, pleased to have contributed but more so to have gained the respect of her peers. As the Vroxigal resumed its course, the crew celebrated their narrow escape and the surprising human ingenuity that had saved them. Jamie's reputation as a competent engineer was secured, and the seeds of deep respect and camaraderie were sown among the diverse crew members. The Vroxigal sailed through the cosmos, its restored power core a testament to Jamie's ingenuity. Despite their advanced technology, the Andraxian engineers were abuzz with discussions about the human solution, analyzing the data to understand the underlying principles of her approach. This event marked a shift in crew dynamics, as Jamie's skills were now as respected as those of her alien counterparts. As they approached the edges of the uncharted Nebulos sector, a region rumored to harbor celestial anomalies not recorded in any star maps, a new challenge emerged. The ship's sensors picked up an encrypted signal, faint but unmistakable, emanating from a nearby unexplored planet. The signal was a puzzle, its origin and purpose shrouded in mystery. Zorvac convened the senior crew to discuss the find. "This signal could be a distress call, a trap, or something else we've yet to imagine," he proposed, his voice reflecting the weight of their responsibility. The decision was made to investigate, driven by a blend of duty and curiosity. Landing arrangements were set, and Jamie volunteered for the away team. Equipped with her toolkit and a portable sensor array, she joined the team aboard the shuttle. The planet was stark, a landscape of jagged mountains and deep canyons under a twilight sky. Upon landing, the team split up to triangulate the signal's source. Jamie, paired with Threx, an insectoid navigator with compound eyes and an affinity for electromagnetic frequencies, ventured into a canyon whose walls seemed to pulsate with a faint luminescence. The signal grew stronger as they descended, the canyon's natural luminescence illuminating their path. Suddenly, Threx halted, his antennae twitching. The pattern of this signal, it resembles an ancient distress code used by a long-lost Andraxian explorer ship, he murmured, his voice tinged with disbelief. Jamie examined her sensor readings, frowning. The signal's origin is close, but it's being reflected off these canyon walls. It's like a maze down here. They proceeded with caution, tracing the signal to its strongest point, which led them to a narrow crevice. Inside, they found a small device, half buried in the soil, pulsating softly with light. It was unmistakably Andraxian in design, but incredibly old. The distress beacon of a ship lost over 300 cycles ago, Threx explained, awe in his voice. But why activate now? Jamie inspected the device, her fingers deftly removing the soil. Looks like it's been exposed to the elements recently. Maybe a landslide? She paused, then added, or it could have been uncovered on purpose. As she reconfigured her scanner to analyze the device, a sudden tremor shook the ground. Dust and pebbles danced around their feet as they steadied themselves. This planet is unstable, Jamie noted. We should move quickly. With the device secured, they made their way back to the shuttle, contacting Zorvac to report their find. The captain listened intently, his mind racing with the implications of their discovery. Back aboard the Vroxigal, the crew set about decoding the data stored within the beacon. What secrets it held could potentially unlock parts of Andraxian history thought lost to time, and perhaps lead them to other remnants of their people's ancient expeditions. As the data decryption progressed, Jamie couldn't shake the feeling that the planet had more secrets to reveal. Her intuition, now proven and trusted, suggested that this was just the beginning of what they might uncover in the nebulous sector. As the Vroxigal orbited the mysterious planet, the crew worked tirelessly to decrypt the ancient beacon's data. Jamie collaborated closely with the ship's chief cryptologist, a methodical Araxian named Celix, whose species was renowned for their complex thought patterns and cryptographic skills. Inside the ship's lab, surrounded by holographic displays and the hum of computers, Jamie and Celix pored over the data. The encryption is layered, almost like it's meant to only be accessed sequentially, revealing information piece by piece, Celix noted, his multiple eyes scanning the lines of code that flowed across the screen. Jamie adjusted the frequency of her handheld scanner, aligning it with the beacon's unique signal. It's almost as if the beacon was programmed to ensure whoever found it was technologically advanced enough to understand its message, she mused. Her device beeped, indicating a breakthrough. Got something. The decrypted data revealed coordinates to another location on the planet, deeper into the unexplored territory marked by dense magnetic storms that interfered with their sensors. Looks like we're not done with this planet yet, Jamie said, a spark of excitement in her voice. With the new coordinates in hand, Zorvac authorized a second expedition. This time the team included Celix, whose expertise might prove crucial in deciphering further encryptions on site. The shuttle descended through swirling winds and electromagnetic discharges, landing near the designated coordinates, a vast plain surrounded by towering electric storms. The plain was scarred with deep grooves, as if carved by some great machine or creature. Geological or artificial? Jamie pondered aloud as she scanned the area. Celix pointed to a pattern in the grooves. Not random, symmetrical, purposeful. This was designed. Their exploration led them to a cavern entrance, half hidden by storm-induced debris. Inside, the air was thick with metallic particles that glittered like stardust. The cavern walls were lined with ancient murals depicting Andraxian history, a visual archive of exploration and innovation. Looks like we found a lost chapter of our own history, Celix whispered, almost reverently. Deeper within the cavern, they discovered a chamber housing a second device, similar to the beacon but larger and more complex. It was connected to a network of conduits that seemed to draw power from the planet's natural electromagnetic field. "This isn't just a beacon, it's a repository," Jamie concluded, examining the device. "It must be powered by the storms outside." As Celix interfaced with the repository, a projection illuminated the chamber, showing star maps, logs of ancient voyages, and, crucially, details of other outposts scattered across the galaxy, other breadcrumbs leading to lost Andraxian technology and outposts. This data could lead us to other significant finds, not just technology but lost colonies, resources, perhaps even other species descended from Andraxian explorers, Zorvac stated when they reported back, his voice filled with the weight of their discovery. With the repository's data downloaded to the Vroxigal's archives, the crew set their sights on these new locations. Jamie, now fully integrated and essential to the crew, felt a deep satisfaction. Her role in unlocking the secrets of this alien planet had not only brought new knowledge, but also promised further adventures as they followed the ancient star maps to new worlds. As the ship prepared to leave the orbit of the storm-ridden planet, Jamie looked out at the swirling clouds below, a sense of wonder and anticipation for what lay ahead filling her. The universe, with all its mysteries, seemed just a little more within reach. The Vroxigal set its course toward the first set of coordinates gleaned from the ancient repository, a remote system believed to house a critical piece of Andraxian heritage. The star map plotted a path through less traveled sectors, requiring navigation of spatial anomalies and unstable wormholes. As they approached the coordinates, the crew braced for the unexpected, their sensors on high alert. The system was dominated by a dying star, casting a dim reddish glow over its planets. The target was a small, seemingly barren moon orbiting a gas giant riddled with electromagnetic storms, making communication and sensor operation challenging. Jamie and the engineering team upgraded the ship's external sensors to better penetrate the interference caused by the gas giant. Using a mix of human ingenuity and Andraxian technology, they created a hybrid sensor array more sensitive to the unique energy signatures the repository data suggested they look for. Upon reaching the moon, they deployed the enhanced sensors, which quickly located an anomaly beneath the moon's surface, a structure emitting low-frequency pulses irregularly. "It's like a heartbeat," Jamie observed as she analyzed the data. The crew landed near the signal source, finding a landscape of towering rock formations and deep chasms filled with a mist that glowed faintly under the starlight. The terrain was treacherous, but the signal led them to an entrance camouflaged among the rocks. Inside, the air was thick with an ancient stillness. The walls were lined with a dense crystalline substance that pulsed rhythmically with the same patterns as the signal they had tracked. Following the pulses like a trail, they arrived at a large chamber where the heart of the signal originated. In the center of the chamber stood a device, its design unmistakably Andraxian, but unlike any technology the crew had seen before. It was connected to a series of nodes that ran along the chamber walls and ceiling, integrating seamlessly with the moon's geological structure. "This isn't just a repository or a beacon, it's part of the moon itself," Celix deduced, his voice echoing off the crystal walls. "It seems to be using the geological energy of the moon to power itself, perhaps indefinitely." Jamie approached the device, her scanner interfacing with it effortlessly. The device awakened from its slumber, its surface illuminating with intricate symbols and diagrams. It began to project holographic images of other moons and planets, some marked with symbols that matched those found in the repository data. "They are coordinates and status reports of other installations," Celix translated. "This moon is part of a network, a grand design stretching across the galaxy. Each node collects data, perhaps even terraforms its environment." Realizing the significance of their find, the crew documented everything. The device offered new algorithms and engineering techniques, potentially revolutionizing energy utilization and terraforming processes. As they prepared to leave the chamber, the device pulsed more rapidly, and a final projection appeared. It showed a map of the network, with several nodes highlighted in urgent colors. "These must be priority locations for our next visits," Zorvac decided, understanding the importance of the sequence. Each site could hold key technologies or knowledge crucial to understanding the full scope of Andraxian influence and perhaps threats or challenges they were preparing for. Back aboard the Vroxigol, the mood was one of anticipation mixed with solemn responsibility. They were not merely explorers or engineers, but custodians of a lost civilization's legacy. The Vroxigol's next destination was a planet enveloped in dense, swirling clouds, located in a sector known for its peculiar gravitational anomalies. This time, the navigation challenges were formidable. The gravitational forces pulled at the ship with irregular intensities, demanding constant adjustment and recalibration of the engines. Jamie, along with the ship's pilot, an agile Zentridi named Lors, worked tirelessly to synchronize the ship's systems with the shifting gravity fields, creating a ballet of technology and natural forces. Upon reaching the planet, the team discovered that the atmosphere was saturated with a fine particulate matter that scattered sensor signals and obscured visual reconnaissance. To overcome this, Jamie devised a resonance pulse emitter that could temporarily clear a path through the particulates, revealing the surface below. The planet was marked by vast plateaus and deep interconnected basins filled with a viscous liquid that reflected no light. The crew descended into one of these basins, guided by the pulse emitter's intermittent clarity. The ship landed on a plateau, its surface smoother than natural formations would suggest, hinting at artificial modification or construction. Exiting the Vroxigol, the team donned their protective suits and ventured into the basin. The ground felt unnervingly elastic under their feet, absorbing sound and creating an eerie silence. Their path led to a structure partially submerged in the dark liquid, its architecture a stark contrast to the organic lines of the plateau. This structure is not just built on the planet, it appears to be built with the planet, observed Threx, his sensors detecting the integration of local materials into the building's fabric. Inside, the structure was labyrinthine, with corridors branching in all directions. Jamie and Celix led a small team deeper into the complex, relying on the device's holographic map for guidance. They arrived at a central chamber where a large spherical device hung suspended in the air, held aloft by unseen forces. The sphere was covered in panels that intermittently shifted, revealing complex circuitry beneath. Jamie approached cautiously, her scanner interfacing with the sphere's systems. Instantly, the device activated, panels opening to project a three-dimensional star map in the middle of the room. The configurations, they're not random, Celix noted, studying the map. It's a dynamic model of this sector's gravitational fields. The map updated in real time, showing the gravitational shifts and their effects on celestial bodies. Jamie realized the sphere was not only a map but a controller, capable of influencing local gravity fields. This could explain the gravitational anomalies, she speculated. It's a terraforming tool, perhaps meant to stabilize the planet or prepare it for habitation. The implications were profound. Such technology could transform space travel and settlement, making inhospitable worlds accessible. However, it also posed risks. Misuse could lead to catastrophic gravitational disturbances. As they recorded the device's operations and collected data, Jamie felt a deepening sense of responsibility. Each artifact they uncovered revealed more about the Andraxians' ambitions and capabilities, along with the dangers of their technology falling into the wrong hands. The return to the ship was quiet, each crew member lost in thought. The data they had gathered was invaluable, offering new technologies and new questions. As they left the planet's shadow, the stars beckoned, each point of light a note in the symphony of the cosmos, now richer and more complex with the knowledge they carried. The Vroxigol, a vessel of exploration and guardian of ancient secrets, continued its voyage, its course charted by the wisdom of the past and the infinite possibilities of the future. As the Vroxigol ventured deeper into uncharted territories, the crew's understanding of Andraxian technology and their place in the galaxy continued to evolve. The revelations from the gravitational control planet had sparked a flurry of scientific theories and potential applications. Jamie found herself at the center of this storm of innovation, working alongside her alien colleagues to harness the technologies they discovered. Their next location, derived from the last set of coordinates from the ancient network, was a seemingly deserted system at the edge of the Confederacy's known space. Here, the stars were sparse, the darkness profound. The target was a small, icy moon circling a silent, frozen world. As they approached, the moon's surface appeared smooth and unblemished, devoid of the usual craters and scars expected on celestial bodies. The ship landed on a plateau covered in a thin layer of ice. Below the ice, sensors detected energy fluctuations suggestive of technology at work. Equipped with thermal suits and ice drilling equipment, Jamie and a select team descended onto the frigid surface. Drilling through the ice, they uncovered an entrance to an underground facility, perfectly preserved and seemingly waiting for them. The corridors inside were lined with frost, the air crisp and biting. "This place feels more like a vault than a base," Jamie remarked as they explored the structure. At the heart of the facility, they discovered a vast archive, a library of sorts, filled with data crystals that glowed with a soft internal light. The crystals, when accessed, projected detailed records of the Andraxians' explorations, their findings, and most crucially, their philosophies and ethics regarding the use of their advanced technologies. "It seems they were aware of the potential consequences of their inventions," Celix observed, handling one of the crystals. "These are not just technical manuals. They are guidelines, ethical doctrines designed to ensure the responsible use of their technologies." The archive offered a deeper understanding of the Andraxians' intentions. They were not merely conquerors or blind explorers, but custodians of knowledge, seeking to balance discovery with wisdom. As the crew absorbed the wealth of information, a particular data crystal revealed the existence of a council, an assembly of Andraxian elders who had overseen the distribution and utilization of technology across their civilization. The coordinates of their last meeting place, potentially a central hub, were also stored within the crystal. "This could be the key to the entire network," Zorvac declared, his voice echoing through the icy chamber. "If we find this council's hub, we might be able to learn not only about their technological advancements, but also about the collapse of their civilization." The implications were enormous. Understanding the rise and fall of such a powerful civilization could prevent future catastrophes in the Confederacy, guiding new policies and fostering a broader understanding of the responsibilities that came with great power. As they prepared to leave the icy moon, Jamie looked back at the entrance to the vault, a guardian of knowledge set against the stark, cold beauty of the moon. She felt a profound connection to the Andraxians.